been stuck in for over 2.5 weeks, with all of the southeastern U.S. getting hit with thunderstorms every day. But look at the lightning pattern from areas of the Delmarva region, Washington, D.C. County, kind of curving back to the south and the areas of the southwest. There's a stationary boundary that's been set up for, seems like, over 2 weeks. And with that, we're seeing these thunderstorms ride right along that boundary. We're going to get in closer because we're looking now at most likely what will be round 3 of the thunderstorms moving toward the region. We've already seen rainfall rates 1-2 inches an hour. Some areas have already picked up 4, 5, and 6. And we had one batch, second batch, and we still off to the west have more thunderstorm cells that could drop a couple more inches. This is eerily similar to what happened on the 30th of July just 2 years ago in 2016. This is a historic area. I know it well. It's beautiful. I mean, homes and businesses. When you watch this area, at one end of the town, there's a high terrain, and some will blame it on the topography. Some obviously is the infrastructure of this historic town, because all the water is funneling down to the lower part of Main Street. B&O Railroad Museum. Homes, businesses, everyone who was told to stay in place has had to get up to the second, even third story of these buildings. 2 years ago when this happened, and more rain on the way, we lost 2 precious lives, and they thought for sure that they were not going to be able to recover. They thought maybe only 30% of the businesses would return. Miraculously, about 90 to 96 came back. Great news. But then they rededicated the city a year later, and here we are 1 year later, and it's happening again.
You can see cars just being carried away by these waters. If you're in a car, obviously you turn around, don't drown is what they always say. Do not take this lightly if you're living in this part of the country. This is a serious problem.
2 years ago, over 200 cars were washed downstream. Over 200, and many had to ride out those floodwaters.
Was flooded with water. Water was coming in through the walls.
It's hard to see. Every time it rains here, the community heart stops, and I don't know what we're gonna do.
So many of the businesses did come back, and some didn't. And now with this happening so close again, we're going to have to watch that all over again.
Has made landfall. Some 2 million people are in the path of this subtropical storm, barreling toward the southeastern and up into the southeastern United States at this hour. These are live pictures for you of Panama City Beach, Florida. And as we mentioned, Alberto just making landfall. It was forecast to make that direct landfall hit around this time, within a matter of hours. Significant rain, obviously, is expected here. Flooding as well. Sustained winds of up to 65 miles per hour. And there are tornado warnings as well for different parts of the region. We tell you states of emergency are in effect across Florida, Alabama, and Mississippi, as you see there on your map. We showed you those live pictures of Panama City Beach. CNN's Jennifer Gray is about 100 miles west in Pensacola Beach, Florida. Jennifer, looks a little bit better where you are, but possibly not for long.
Right, it is a little bit better where we are, but the winds have picked up significantly since we've been out here in the last couple of hours. I want to show you behind me because it is interesting. You can see the dark skies behind me. If we show you the radar, that's actually the outer band of the storm. We had a little bit of rain roll through earlier. Now all that rain is to our west. So the dark side skies you see behind me, that's what that is. We're actually situated on the west side of the center. So we're getting an offshore wind. So it's actually pushing the water out. And so they took that red flag down. They put a yellow one. They're finally letting people